And welcome back to Spitting Game. This episode is being recorded two very consequential games. The Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets just tipped off. So by the time you hear this episode, hopefully I'm right, and I think that Damian Lillard goes crazy again. Now, and as a Lakers fan, we're down 3-2 and we might lose tonight. And I'm very scared because they clapped us by 30. It,
Yeah.
it and it was hideous. It was a disgusting performance all around, and yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot. So I want to talk about that, but first I want to talk about Dame. Now, he's my favorite basketball, other than like Ja Morant. Like my favorite basketball players in the NBA go Dame, Ja Morant, and LeBron. But Dame's always been my favorite player because his loyalty, his swagger, his clutch ability, just what he and his loyalty to Portland. But if I drop 55, hit
55.
two game winners, like hit two game tying shots consecutively, and we still don't win, I'm out. Like, and I get it. Like he tells teams like, oh, like you're running from the grind. If you're not joining a super team, you're running from the grind. I'm like, bro, you might
Nah,
gotta run, bro. You might gotta sprint from this grind, bro, because it's not it. It's not it anymore, bro. It's not. Like you're too damn good of a player not to have a ring. You mean too much to the NBA as a player not to have a ring. And like he's never gonna be like he has those stretches of performances where he's like, oh, he's in the MVP discussion, but nobody ever says that. But everybody knows what Dame means to his team. Like he is easily the second best shooter in the NBA behind, Steph Curry. And it's not even that close when it comes to their range.
true.
So
Yeah.
like 50 like that performance that he put on and they lost. Like that was just like, oh, okay. That opened my eyes to just the Portland situation. And not to like bash on CJ McCollum, because I actually like CJ McCollum as a player, but it's
Yeah.
not enough. And everybody thinks like, oh, like they have one of the best backcourts in the league. It's not enough anymore. Like they need to either blow it up or something, but I don't know. I hope they win tonight. I hope everything gets fine later. But right now it's just
Yeah. Dame just has a second gear that very few people in the league just has. Like when it comes to the playoffs, he just turns it on. And it's every single time. But you can't everybody has to turn it on or have a second gear when it comes to the playoffs. You can't just have your star player have 55 points and everybody else have single digit, scoring or, a little like barely double digits, like 13 points. Like, come on, man. Like that just can't happen, you know? It, I don't know. I just feel so bad for him, dog, because how can you two clutch
those shots. First off,
three?
that second shot that he hit, where he just went
Oh,
by the back, falling away, it just perfect. I'm like, uh, I was like, that's one of the craziest shots I've ever seen. He should not have made that. He should not have been able to make that. He had 55 points on 24 shots, shooting 17 of 24, hitting 12 threes, and
wow.
y'all lost. And he had 10 assists and lost. So that's where I'm at, like with the Blazers. It's just there. It's wild. It's topsy turvy. And as a Lakers and Clippers and like Clippers fans, we're both going through it because we're both facing elimination. Now,
Yeah.
I would be one to like bemoan the Clippers situation, be like, haha, y'all suck. But I'm like, nah, we got clapped by 30. I didn't even turn on the game. Like I just like saw the score and I was like, are
Yeah.
we down 30 to Phoenix? Because the past few games, the only two games we lost by a combined total of 9.
Right.
In game one, we should have won. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Like they weren't healthy, they didn't care. Games two, it was like games 2 and 3. I was like, oh yeah, we totally got this. We're fine, we got this. Then we go out, we win again, and I'm like, but nah,
No,
nah.
man.
This right here, this is alarming. And everybody on the timeline, if you saw Twitter, was trying to do the old give LeBron his flowers. Like, dang, we might never see LeBron to be like this again. It's like it was bad. Lakers Twitter was in shambles. I was in shambles. I was broken a little, but yeah, I don't know because I said we're either gonna lose in the first round or we're winning the championship. and Game 6 is tonight. So here's hoping that LeBron has that vintage playoff Bron performance that I know he has in him.
I
Here's
think
hoping.
I
But
think
I think it's over. I want to say it's over, but I think it
Los
might
Angeles.
be.
I don't think Los Angeles is going to be in the championship this year. The Lakers nor the Clippers. Dallas is going to beat the Clippers once
For
again.
sure.
And the Suns, I'm so happy for Chris Paul. So happy for Chris Paul.
I hate it too, but I'm like, I gotta be happy for Chris though. I gotta be happy
Yeah,
for
you have
Chris.
to be. You have to be. Sucks to suck, LeBron. Hopefully you get
Sucks to
another.
suck, family.
What is, I don't know what to say. Like,
You're right though. You're right. So
you
sorry.
know, it really really does honestly for LeBron. It's really going to hurt his legacy because he needed this one. He needed first of all his 6 rings because people were like, oh, LeBron ain't better than MJ because he only got 5. Like, no. He needs this ring.
Yeah.
And if he got this ring, this would have been probably the hardest ring to ever to get, really. To not even be, the top teams. You're playing one of the top teams in the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah.
And to have to play against Brooklyn in the
Yeah.
champion. And if it wasn't Brooklyn, whoever the team beat Brooklyn, you was gonna have to face them.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
regardless, it was gonna be a challenge. It wasn't gonna be like last year versus Miami. Not to say that Miami's bad by any means, but
Miami
that
got washed. Miami, like I'm gonna
yeah,
say that I'm gonna say this calmly, like, but I think, but again, like the reason why Miami got washed was because of the addition of Drew Holiday, and I know you're sad about that. Like that hurts you. I know you're supporting Drew. Just so am
um,
I. But like the addition of Drew Holiday really mattered. But the fact that like the two LA teams are facing elimination, like I feel like Adam Silver might be pulling some strings behind me, like, hey, bro, like, well, we need to get this money. So I,
yeah,
yeah, so I either think it's going to be a very good game or the NBA is going to start marketing their young stars anymore. And speaking of young stars, that boy down there in Atlanta, oh,
Trey
the
Young,
bow, just the that is the most Atlanta thing I've ever seen in a
yeah,
hostile environment with everybody. Then, as a person from the South too, like on this show, we put it down for the South. And the Atlanta Hawks fans have been through it. I will always support teams, and specifically sports franchises in Atlanta have been cursed.
yeah,
But that little dude who went to Oklahoma,
the little
like
ball slide.
that dude with like that lollipop looks like a lollipop just on the ground. That
Uh-huh.
dude is amazing. And Trey Young, I'm giving him his flowers because here's the thing. I like it because the fact that the Knicks fans spit on him and then he took a bow in MSG.
That
Like
was that was
like
gangster.
that was tough. Like he said, "Oh, what are you guys gonna do? Spit on me again?" Like that feeling of just sweat and just utter like, "Yeah, I am that dude." And mind you, like the pettiness of it all, because like the Knicks fans were just clapping, like, "Yay! Like we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Like we had a good year. It was okay." And then Trey just being like, "All right, screw it. Ugh, three. All right, I did it." He
It was,
became the villain. He became the most hated man in New York, and it was beautiful to see. And
yeah,
it and the way, and mind you, the way people hype up Luca versus Trey, like when it comes to Luca and Trey trade, like both teams won. Atlanta's fine with who they got, and I get it. Luca Doncic, everybody thinks that he has the potential to be the goat, but y'all need to put some respect on Trey Young's name.
Trey.
Also,
Yeah,
yeah, because
but
the whole spitting on him thing, just like that made it much sweeter.
it did. But I do want to say congratulations to New York for just once again having a great basketball season. Talking about
Yeah,
New York City and Brooklyn and New York
yeah,
City. Just having basketball back in there just feels right again.
yeah. It feels
That
natural.
little kid, when you was a little kid, you was watching, them play. It's just like that was just a guarantee. But
Yeah,
they out the drought and it feels different.
yeah.
Feels good. But yeah, just Trey Young is just something special, bro. His floaters are something special.
Yeah, his shooting, his range is special.
His range, his handles, even like I don't know. I just like his attitude. He's
Yeah,
really represents Atlanta well. I think the
yeah,
attitude, the swag, the flash, the show off mentality.
yeah.
Honestly, that's just Atlanta. That's really just the South in general.
Yeah,
Not just kind
like
of
that's why I think that all people were supporting him on that moment. Like, especially when we see players like who are like in places like in the South, like, but it also like I'm gonna talk about Memphis next, but shout out to John too for like he averaged 30 the entire series. Now Utah's nice as hell. Like, let's give
yeah,
Utah their flowers now. I was wrong. I was wrong. It was because Donovan Mitchell wasn't playing. I forgot. Hey, I forgot why I thought he should have won Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons. I forgot that. I was forgetting about that. Donovan Mitchell is that dude.
yeah, he
So
is. Yeah.
yeah, I think that I think Utah's legit, and that's why this first round though, like I've never been stressed about a LeBron team in a first round like this. Actually, no, the Pacers series in 2018. That's what I was stressed. But I knew that something would happen where he'd turn it on and it'd be fine. But now I'm uncertain, and
Yeah,
that's alarming.
don't think LeBron got it anymore. Not like that.
I
Like
thought,
he,
hey, I hope you're wrong. Honestly, I hope you're wrong. And we get like a vintage performance tonight, but
we'll
it's looking
see.
like
Nah, he got to turn it on. I don't think anybody's really talking about it that much. I mean,
you need to drop at least 40 tonight.
yeah, 20 a game isn't gonna work anymore, and that's
25 a game. Like 80, even if 80's healthy, he needs to drop 40. Like I don't think he under I think that he understands that, but like no, you got to drop 40 to beat
yeah,
that Suns team. Because them young bulls on the Suns, campaign, Cam Reddish, like went to Carolina, like all these like all these not Cam Reddish, what's his name? His name's not Cam Reddish. He's on Atlanta. I know his name, but he's very good. They have just great shooters around Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and Book being him and just balling right now is what makes me feel like okay, like this is that series. This is Devin Booker's crowning moment, and I gotta be happy for him, but it hurts, man. It hurts so much.
I know it does. But look at what we're saying though. LeBron has to drop 40, bro. Like there was a time where if you drop 20, if your star player dropped 20, he was gonna be straight. But now
No,
we're
you have to have guys who can drop 40
you can
consistently.
drop, yeah, consistently drop at least in the mid to high 30s for you to win.
Yeah,
Like Curry, Warriors wouldn't have made the playoffs if Curry didn't average 30.
yeah, yeah,
That's just
and that's the league that we're in, and everybody, and also like I would talk about the fans thing because first off, the fact that everybody hates how Trae Young draws fouls, it's honestly train your
that's the
players to do that.
yeah,
It's
that's
a
the game.
special ability for you to be able to draw fouls. Train your players to do that. Have coaching because yes, what he doesn't benefit the whistle. Yes, people will be like, it slows down the game. We hate it, but I'm like, puts your team in foul trouble. It gets his team 3 points. Why
Facts.
not more people try it? If you could draw fouls. Like it's not
Harden
that
was
hard.
that in Houston.
Like
So
literally, like whenever Harden would be dropping like 40 and 30 and 30, like had like that 32 game streak where he was dropping 30, people were like, but it's mostly free throws. It's mostly free. Fam, I don't care if the whistle benefits him. They are playing to the whistle, which I don't know if you guys have played sports, but that's what you're supposed to do the entire time. So if he doesn't, hey, it's a beautiful game. But the fans, listen, uh honestly, that disgusted me. Like seeing all of the fans, and mind you, these entitled rich white people who are in the stand who think
about
it's
it.
okay to throw stuff and these people treat players like animals. See, I knew that there was race. See, I knew I just wanted to see the racism come back with the fans because I knew it was there. But it was loud. It was broadcast. Like people finally believed the players when they said it. Like it was broadcast, and everybody's like, "Oh, but Kyrie stomped on Lucky. He stomped on the Leprechaun. It was disrespectful." And KG, first off, KG,
KG
I'm
played
just
there for 4 years and talking about, oh, that's disrespectful. Man, shut
first off,
up.
it also KG literally talked about Tim Duncan's dead stepmother when she had cancer. Don't even. Don't
Right.
even have a moral high ground on that. You do not, you of all people, do not get to be speaking from a glass house. Like you gotta get yo ish together. Like Big Baby was like, yeah, bro, like it's this. First off, the '08 Celtics rock their ring way too much. Like, bro, y'all need to pipe down a little. But like, cause y'all are for real just dumb. It was a leprechaun.
Right.
Y'all stressing over a leprechaun while this man is saving women and Native American people and black people. But he steps on a leprechaun and suddenly he's a monster. And the dude threw a water bottle at him. And everybody's like, but why is a water bottle violent? A water bottle isn't violent.
If
Also,
you're
if I
hungry,
just chucked a water bottle at you from a high velocity point, how the hell is that gonna end?
right? Yeah, I don't know, bro. It just makes no sense to me. Now, I would have understood if Boston players got upset and started fighting Kyrie because that's just the game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because if they
But
did that,
no, because
that's
like
fair.
you put in the work, you put in the time, the blood, sweat, tears into this organization. You get your guys, you believe in your guys, you just believe in what y'all are doing,
Brad
and y'all
Stevens, they really believe in him. They knew that they were gonna lose to the Nets.
true, but still, like when you invest into something so extensively, you're gonna have pride in it. So obviously, if that happens, we seen it with Terrell Owens. We seen it with many people like when they step or dance on the logos. With like we saw with Juju Smith
Houston.
Schuster, you're gonna get punished for it one way or another. And I can
Yeah,
understand if it came from the players, but when you're in the stands
you are a fan. You are a
didn't invest
spectator.
anything into the organization besides money for a ticket and maybe money for food or popcorn. Um, when it just, especially coming from, like you said, just rich white people feeling very entitled. Like y'all are going to these games not because y'all real friends, because y'all just can because
Yeah,
the prices are high. Obviously, it's the playoffs. It's something that people can't do because the pandemic is still going on. So it's kind of a flex to be there. It's a place of privilege to be a fan in the stadiums right now, and you took that privilege. Excuse me, took that privilege and abused your power and are treating players like absolute crap. And it's just too far,
yeah.
too far.
Now, mind you, and I will say, like, y'all don't want another Malice at the Palace, but because here's the thing: when Russell Westbrook, now mind you, Russell Westbrook is from the same place that Nipsey Hussle is from. Rest in peace. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, not I would not pour popcorn on that dude.
you get
Like
dirty.
that dude's hood. Like I'm like,
You get
these
dirty.
are certified hood dudes who made it because of their pure ability.
Right,
Like they like in their hood, they are certified. Like
right.
they're known and they're like that's why I'm like, who I wouldn't mess with them. Like I wouldn't do that. Like it's
They just
disgusting. It's really disgusting to see like these the John Moran situation got me. Cause imagine flying out your family to like see you play, like see you like perform on the highest stage and see like and have these racist fans like yelling at you like, oh, I'm gonna put a coin in you and make you dance, boy. Like the
nah. If I
hell?
was Nas dad, you would have to
Bro,
escort me. No, I would have been.
yeah.
Like what,
Cause
man?
and that's the thing with us, it has to be that we go high, that
You
like
have
we go high, like I go to hell. I go there. I go there with you. I'm like, oh, you want to go there? Yeah. Step outside. Step outside. What's
man.
up? Like I'm like when it comes to fam, like people like I'm a very chill person, but when it comes to fam, like there ain't no games about me. I get hurt for my fam. Like I'll play that. But John, like I think that this series he handled that well. And like we were always saying that Utah Boston fans are racist, but like we
Yeah,
knew that those fans were racist. But the fact that like you saw it in the think pieces on Twitter of like white people being like, "Oh my gosh, but it's a water bottle. He stepped on the leprechaun. He's an enemy. Da 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 da. He doesn't care about basketball." And I'm like, so y'all want us to shut up and dribble, but when we actually dribble and play and do our job
and beat y'all. Y'all
and
get mad.
beat y'all get sick.
Oh
Like,
my.
okay. And that showed me like how much like they need us. How much they need us and love us, but they hate us so much. And that's why that bow at Madison Square Garden, that meant something to me because I was like, you he's at the top of like like Trae Young's considered one of the best players in the NBA right now.
Right.
He's at the top. He whooped on one of the best defensive teams
Yeah.
in the league, the number one defensive team in the league, in their house. And he took a bow after being spit on. Like that was like, oh yeah, oh
That's
yeah.
a,
And I know like little black kids, I that's a moment that I think like little black kids who play basketball will be like, hey, there's gonna be people that hate you, people that are gonna like just say that you're not it, you're like imperfect, like you don't deserve to be here. You're this, you're that, you're black, you're mom. But yeah, so that's kind of what means to me, the fans, just everything that transpired there. It's crazy. But we're gonna transition to the music side of the show. So honestly, Voice of the Heroes is dropping tonight. Roddy Ricch is dropping that long-awaited snippet that we heard. We've been hearing on social media. Um, First off, the Voice of the Heroes track list. Let's just look at it because I've always liked Lil Durk, and seeing Lil Baby be like this rising star. I know that something amazing is gonna come out of this. And the
mm,
first song that I heard was like, okay, like this is gonna be one of them ones. But yeah, so on the track list, like everybody, because some people listen to music differently. Like me, I immediately like look at the track list, I look at the features, and I'm like, okay. And one thing that I know might be the most like feel song that's gonna be the one in captions is "Rich Off Pain" with Rod Wave, because I'm like, Baby Dirk and Rod Wave. And if Lil Baby's in his singing bag, is uh,
that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna
it's gonna be
be they gonna
tough.
really pour their heart out on that one. Anytime you see Ride a Wave, you know the song is gonna be really heartfelt. Like you just
Yeah,
know it. You gonna talk about their hometown, they miss their homies. They gonna it's gonna be so it's gonna be amazing. The one I'm really excited about is Still Running featuring Meek Mill.
yeah,
Man, like Meek Mill, his last the freestyle he just dropped like a couple days ago, not the lemon pepper freestyle, but the one he just dropped a couple days ago.
yeah.
He
With
yeah,
Bobby and the yeah, I was like, oh, okay, me.
he went off, and the good thing about Meek, he always keeps up to date with the style of rap. He's rapping like how Dirt, how Baby, how Polo is rapping.
Mm,
So I'm excited to see those three blend together as well. So that's gonna be a dope one.
yeah.
I do have a
Song with
question.
Travis Scott, the obvious Travis Scott feature, people are gonna like gravitate toward. But yeah, I think, and honestly, I like the whole Chicago and Atlanta love that's going on right now when it comes to those artists. I like that more artists are dropping more collaboration tapes. So I'm very excited for this one. Roddy Rich is dropping the what I think is going to be that feel song that everybody's going to be using for their captions for the next few days. I know I will. Uh, but I think that yeah, I'm excited to see what Roddy has. Like after please excuse me for being antisocial. Like I like that, and the
Mm,
fact that that's the title of that album, and like that literally like, carried us through like 2020. Like just first off, the fact that he dropped it literally in December of 2019. Like I don't consider that a 2019 project. Like my
still
mind
being
always thinks
mm. The fact they
like
still being nominated for like best rapper and best new artist and best album, even though he dropped it essentially 2 years or a little bit more
two
than a year ago. So a year
yeah.
and a half ago is wild, honestly. So yeah, kudos to him. But I do have a question though. Do you think that this may have been too soon? Because when we think about, you know how
But I'm definitely editing this shit out. Give me a second. Gotta use smarter. Fuck it. But yeah, I don't think it's too soon at all. Like, why would that be? It's Baby and Dirk. Like, they know that they're. Lil Durk has been doing this for longer, but now he's like back at like certain heights where like he's carried himself and he's elevated his status enough where people are like, oh yeah, like Dirk's kind of like the one like I go to, and Baby in the past like 3 years has just like kind of been like one of the major voices out of Atlanta. So
mm,
I'm excited. I think that collaboration albums should be encouraged, and I always will enjoy any collaboration album with certain artists. Like we're still waiting for Silk Sonic to drop. So because
True. That's very true. Very,
they
very.
are living off of the single. Like like they, mind you, it's probably the best song to drop this year. But
It is. Yeah.
damn, like y'all just keep teasing us. And every single performance, they perform it. I'm like, I know y'all got the album, and I
Yeah.
know it's done.
They
Y'all
have to drop
gotta
it.
drop it.
They have to drop it in the summer, dog.
Yeah,
This summer
yeah,
has to be huge, and they have to drop it in the summer for me.
yeah.
Yeah. I do. I don't know. I'm kind of shaky about collaboration albums. When it comes to R&B, not really. I just think that when people sing together, um, not even necessarily harmonize, but just feed off each other's energy back and forth. We've seen it plenty of times with R&B artists doing that, and it just sounds beautiful. And in rap, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, dang, like imagine if Wayne and Drake had a collaboration album. That would be crazy, you
Rick
know?
Ross and Drake needed to have a collab album.
Rick Ross and Drake. That's another one. There's a lot of people that need a collaboration album that we just don't get a lot in rap. But I'm okay with that, honestly. But we'll see. This could change my mind, and I hope it does, honestly. So we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I still am.
And yeah, and also honestly, the track list to Voice of the Heroes, um, not Voice of the Heroes, but the go, not the go. What is the album called by Polo G?
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Listen,
Woo.
Polo, hey, bruh, all those features on there. That Nicki song, uh, I'm gonna need you to do your thing on that. That Wade song you already have out is already good. Like, but the features you got, like, he's one of the most versatile artists, and he's one of my favorite artists to come out of this newer like wave. This like third, I call it like the third wave of SoundCloud rap, but like
Mm,
that's what Polo G is.
I like that.
And yeah, so Polo like coming out like he's one of the his ability to like have his melodies, his cadence is, and then he can actually like
Yeah,
rap, but it's in this modern style. Like that's something that I admire, and I think that makes him. That's he's gonna be on a Mount Rushmore for me. Like my kids are gonna be bumping Polo G and be like, "Dad, like why are you playing Through the Storm?" And I'm like, "Nah, because his music it just hits you in a way like you, you don't expect it, and it's rare for an artist to do that for me now. But yeah, I'm very
yeah,
excited for Hall of Fame.
100%. Like when you just look at just some artists that are just as versatile as Polo G, but you can kind of see based on the track title, okay, he's gonna sing on this one or she's gonna rap on this one. But with Polo G, you just don't know until you play the song, and that's what really I like about Polo G. You just kind of just don't know. Even when you hear the beat, like it could be a real rapping type beat, and he'll still mess around and sing on it. It could be a very catchy melodic beat, and he gonna rap on it. And I just like that about Polo G, and he executes both of them very, very well. Like you said, he can spit as well. So him being able to sing these melodies, but at the same time still have these fire bars, and it's just I just like it, and he just has a great chemistry with anybody he works with, honestly, as well. I'm huge excited for that one. Probably going to listen to that one after Culture 3, or was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Culture three. Okay, okay. I got you. I, you know I love the Migos, but
Right,
the fact
right.
that like they're the fact that Quality Control is gonna like could go like number one like back to back weeks if like this
Mhm.
tape works, and then like with Culture three, like because I really want to hear Modern Day Stroll. Honestly, that's
Yeah,
something that I'm hyped about. But yeah, I think Culture Three is also good. And when we said that J. Cole literally set this fire of just he set the standard of what rap was gonna be. Because earlier this year, I was like, dang, like when's the releases coming?
yeah,
Where are the albums? Where's everybody said that we're making the best art ever, and we're finally in that moment of,
yeah.
oh, we're getting this.
Forgiveness. Yeah,
We're it.
I'm real, real excited, and I like that. I don't think too many, well, at least the ones that are coming up, these three albums, Voice of the Hero, Hall of Fame, and Culture 3. I think those artists are confident in their albums. I think J. Cole made a lot of people change the dates of their albums because
Yeah,
they need to put some extra stuff on there to make it
yeah,
pop. But I think those three artists are ready. They're very confident, and if they're confident, I'm confident in them. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think tonight's gonna be a great night of music. Also, for all the lovers out there, Lucky Day's dropping a new song. So he's one of my favorite, like low key R&B artists. But
Yeah.
yeah, give that a spin. So we're getting to the real spill section, and I want to talk about this, the whole bonnet discourse and like the treatment of black women. Honestly, bro, dude, it's literally a way to protect your hair. Point
Yeah.
blank, period. That is it. That is all it is. So honestly, we gotta literally stop just the shaming of black women when they're trying to make sure that they look good. Like
Right.
everybody, like it's like the respectability politics that play into this, and like we as black men be doing it the most when it comes to them. Like it's literally like, oh my gosh, like she looks so ratchet, like she had a bonnet on in the store, da 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 da. And I'm like, nah, like but every dude knows, like when you see your girl in that bonnet, that oversized t-shirt, them shorts, you be like,
Mm.
what's up with the manicure and the toenails,
Real
bro?
talk. Real
You
talk.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, ain't no, there's not a game about that. Like, that's what I think's really cool, and that's what I think kind of elevates, like, just like, why do we why do we not allow black women to feel comfortable in their skin? Like
Mm.
that's the issue that I have. And I was talking to some friends about this, and I have this theory, and you could say like this is too much, or like I might be right, but like white men and the reason why black dudes and black women are quickly to assimilate white dudes into us is because they take the best qualities about black men, and they give it to the white man, or the white man get it, you know.
Mm.
So like our swagger, our lingo, like our confidence, like our just like natural rhythm, our sense of humor, like stuff like that, white men get. But like white women take the stuff that black women are constantly demonized for and constantly hated on for, and then they do it and it's a trend. Literally, the Kardashians. This is controversial statement. The Kardashians are literally paid to be black women. They're billionaires because they're paid to be black women. Controversial statement, I know, but it's true. They're literally paid to look, to exude the confidence, and be black women. And nobody wants to have that conversation. I'm willing to go there because why is it the fact that like okay, like all these like tan women with big butts have all these black parents that have a bunch of drama and wear box braids and call them boxer braids instead of actually like cornrows and a bunch of other stuff, but a black woman doesn't get shine, or Jordan Woods gets demonized because she allegedly cheated, or a bunch of other stuff that goes on with them. Like we gotta address that, and the whole bonnet thing kind of brought it to fruition to me because honestly, I was like, hey, bro, like it honestly, like as a dude with locks, like I wear a bonnet, I do rag, and I rock it. Like it's just that thing of you having to have it allows them to feel comfortable in their skin. So like on this show, like, hey, we try to make y'all feel comfortable in y'all skin because
Mm.
that's what matters. And the fact that like as black guys, we feel comfortable in our skin because we know that white dudes want to be us and
True.
they want to have the best parts of us. But black women is like the parts that society hates about them, they love about white women. Because honestly, nobody wanted a big butt until Nicki Minaj did it. And when Nicki Minaj did it, everybody was like, oh, like she's doing too much, like she's too flirtatious. But as soon as Kim Kardashian has it, everybody wants a BBL.
True. That's a fact, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. For me, like I would say I was a part of the problem up until I was about 15. I just
Okay.
lived in I guess you could say not bougie, but middle class black household.
Yeah.
And even though they comes with perks, culturally can be disconnected from everybody else. So when you see a black woman with a bonnet on or with the rolls in her hair going to, the shopping center, it's just like, huh, it's kind of like weird. But I didn't really understand it until I actually had a girl and she was rocking her bonnet and stuff like that. And every
Mm-hmm.
time she rocked the bonnet, you knew that once she took it off, it was going to be something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just a sign of preparation. That's a sign of
Dedicated
hygiene.
to herself.
Yeah, of hygiene because you probably washed your hair
Mm-hmm.
before you put the bonnet on. That's a it's just a sign of just overall, like you said, taking care of yourself, make sure that you look your best. And obviously, you're not going to look your best 24/7, but everything, beauty takes time. It takes time to
Yeah.
work towards, and that's just what the bonnet represents. And that's what the bonnet is. It's them literally protecting their hair from getting damaged or getting ruined throughout the night while they sleep. So that when they wake up and they're ready for the day, just take off the bonnet and it looks beautiful. Like that's
Yeah.
all it is. That is all it is. And it's not ghetto, it's not hood. And it's honestly something that anybody that's trying to grow hair should do. You
Mhm.
need to protect your hair, period.
Yeah. Because
So
that's literally how this has grown just forever, and it's worked. But yeah, I really just want to kind of just break down that thing because that's something that's been on my mind heavy because every single time, and also like this is another thing I want to talk about. When you and me were talking about this off camera, but like we're like when a black woman's with a white dude, shut up, just shut up, just like, hey bro, you know he's certified, because again you know he's cool. Like, because why wouldn't you just trust the judgment of a black woman when it comes to being with a significant other? Like, there's a very popular influencer who's being like harassed and like just getting like bashed just because she's with a white dude. And I'm like, okay, like y'all are like, oh, you wouldn't know what to do with her, and all the hotaps and red pillars are like, oh my gosh, like yo, y'all wouldn't know what to do with black women. I'm like, bro, whose man's like, yo? Now, everyone was, no, I'm with a black girl, yes, but I'm not on my hotel stuff. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, like I'm with my melanin queen and she's going to be subservient to me. I'm like, nah, that's literally the exact opposite of who she is, and she would never do that because when you're with people when you're attracted to people, love is love, just in general. So when
yeah,
you are with somebody and they're with you, let it be. Just let them be happy. And y'all really just be out here bashing bashing, and then the fetishization of light skinned kids and light skinned people is another thing, but it's just like, yo, let that couple be happy. Let that young couple be happy. It
mm,
doesn't matter. You can't just be sitting here like, oh my gosh, like she's like all the black women are with white men. Like that's it. Like, and I'm like, but we're
um,
all with,
yeah,
but then
white
like
woman.
everybody's with white girls. So and then we're like, oh yeah, and then it's the thing of like, oh yeah, like I want black women, they're too aggressive, but then in the same vein they'll be like, well, I want a Latina girl to like curse me out in Spanish. I'm like, bro, like
Yeah, that's the same thing. But oh,
that's
she's
literally the same thing, just
right.
major
It
different
just
font and accent, and even
they
still,
call yeah
why
they
would
call
you want that?
they call black women aggression, but you call Hispanic women aggression spicy. Like what?
It's suspect. It's looking real weird out here, bro.
Yeah, it is
And
weird.
that's all that I'm peeping. And I just want to say, like, hey, bro, like love is love is love. Be with who you want to be with. But like honestly, your relationship is your relationship and that's your business only. So and I'm going through that process right now of understanding that. Like my relationship is my relationship and I'm protecting like the energy around her because that's what matters to me. So that's kind of my thing now. It's like you have to protect the energy around the people that you care about, and especially when it comes to black women because they are literally fighting the world and for us, and if y'all need to make sure that you are fighting for them and just
Very
allow them that freedom, and that's real spill to me. That's the real spill to me, and that's what kind of matters. But yeah, so honestly right now I'm going to be watching these playoff games next, listening to possibly having an amazing music night again, and yeah, just kind of enjoying the vibes. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. I've been Chris.
I'm Drew.
Peace.
Peace, y'all. This debate of who's in the Mount Rushmore of rap and stuff
Mhm.
like that is going on. I will obviously I think we have to put Dirk and Lil Baby in
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore of whatever this timestamp will be.
yeah.
We've
I
seen
think
we've seen J. Cole and Kendrick be on a Mount Rushmore, right? And they've hinted at a collaboration, but it never came out.
mm,
So do you think they're giving it too soon to the people?
why would you want it too soon? Like I'm a music fan, so there's no such thing as too soon with me, for real.